Again with part 2 of You Matter. You know what? I was sleeping last night and it woke me up that I just had to give you part 2. This is a special edition. I gave it to you yesterday where we just talked about You Matter, but I want to let you know again, You Matter. There are too many people out here who are giving up, that are on their dreams and their hopes that they want out of life. I want you to understand something. It's in you. There's a champion of greatness that lies deep inside of you. There's that Greek god that's called enthuse that lies inside you. You need to ignite it, jumpstart it, put the cables on your back. Whatever you need to do, ignite yourself by saying again, like I said before, I will, I can, I must. You gotta say this. There are too many people failing out here, too many people dying. I can remember one of the galvanizing points in my life when I was a kid and I was in junior high school, and I understand how much I matter to myself, to my family, to my friends. You know, I had a kid that was a classmate of mine, and we were going to school every day and, you know, communicating. We weren't good friends, but we were cordial with one another. And one day we come in, everybody's on the bus, they're crying. He had killed himself, committed suicide at the age of 13, man. 13 years old, took his life. And I was just sitting there, and it was just so sad, not deeply knowing that person, that it brought you to tears because you understood the magnitude and fortitude of what just happened, man. Just someone just wipe out, give up, taking their life at a young age. I went home that day and I talked to my aunt and uncle about it because I was staying in Michigan at the time, and I was just so torn about it. And you know, my uncle was a pastor, and he said, son, you matter. You matter to us. You matter to your mom and dad back at home in Chicago. You matter to us that you're here staying with us at this point in time. But at that point, it was kind of galvanizing and riveting to me, that letting me know that I matter. You matter. Don't give up on yourself. It's more than a battle out here too, guys. We got to understand that it's not against flesh and blood that the Bible says, but it's against spirits and principalities out here. We are battling and fighting something within us. You cannot do it alone. I don't care what nobody says. If they can turn this off, they don't want to hear about God, but God matters. It's a big plan that He has for you. He has plans for you to prosper, plans for you to succeed. There are plans for you, but you have to every day pray and ask Him for it. I don't care what you do. You got to have 3 things in your life. You got to have that spiritual foundation. You got to have that social help from your family and friends, that encouragement, and you got to have that vision. God gives us all visions in our lives. You got to have that hope. You got to have that family support, that social support that's encouraging you. Be an encourager to someone all the time. I'll be encouraging people all the time because I don't want people to understand and bring them down with what I'm going through. I got my wife and kids to talk to about this, some of my closer friends, but when people at work, I try to encourage them because you never know who you may touch. People, say hello to someone, smile to someone, give them love. Love is what's missing in this world. I look at our youth today. National high school graduation average, 78%. Why aren't we at 90? Why aren't we close to 100? Chicago alone, 61% graduation rate. We're missing the boat, man, on education right now. Our government, I understand they got things to do, but our future is happening right now. Kids killing each other right now, losing hope because they don't feel like they matter. You know, there were so many crimes. Then adults out here committing heinous crimes and killing one another because we lose hope and feel like someone does not matter. It does not matter to them no more. They just give up. You might be out of a job. You matter. You know, let me just give you point 2 of a story that happened in my life about 6 years ago. I was working at a store, just finished dealer school, and got called to go to another store. Went to the store, things were going well the first couple of days, and then something just hit me with the aura of where I was. It just didn't click. And I've talked to my old superior about it, and my mentor, John Barrett, every day, and just told him I just didn't feel right there. And, you know, heads came to greater prevail, and I was fired. I lost my job because of some foolishness. And I spent the whole week at home angry, mad at the world, not feeling like that I mattered. And my wife, I thank her for being there. She said, you matter. You cannot let this get you down. You cannot let this stop you. You're better than that. You were a great coach in high school. You were a great mentor. You were a great sales manager. Get back up. I got up, middle of the week, started doing my resume. And another galvanizing point in my life, the owner of the company that I was fired from called me and asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm getting ready to go for an interview on the next day, and blah, blah, blah. Push come to shove, long and short of the story. We meet, we talk for almost 3 hours, just about life. Then the thing that made it understand to me that I mattered was, he said, what do you want to do? Maybe it wasn't a good mix for you in that group over there. But what do you want to do with your life? And I shared my dreams with him. And we went for those dreams. Maybe we didn't reach them yet, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there, and I'm going to get there, and I'm going to reach my dreams. But that was so galvanizing and riveting to me that someone, a man that's a multi-millionaire, darn near billionaire, took time out for Roger to listen to him and ask me, what do I want out of life? It made a difference to understand that I mattered. But I was at a point almost at a wit's end of giving up. People, what I'm saying to you, let someone know that they matter. They matter, man. You got to let them know, because there's a champion in them. You got to not be arrogant, but you got to have that Muhammad Ali greatness in you, that you got to say, I am the greatest. I am the greatest. I am the best at what I do. I can do this. People all the time, we give up too soon. We let people crush our dream. I can remember one last story with you here, reading the article in the Chicago Sun-Times when I was in high school. There was this great Chicago basketball player that went on to Creighton University. Found out that he couldn't read, he couldn't write. He had a 4th grade education level. Dropped out of school, and I will never forget this picture of seeing this big 6'9" guy sitting in a grammar school desk and chair with the picture there saying that he had failed. But he was willing to go back. I'm sure people were laughing at him, but he went back, he learned how to read, bettered himself, and I hope that his life is successful right now. But I saw that. That was just like unbelievable. People laugh at people too much in their dreams. Don't let no one crush your dreams. Go for your dreams. I'm telling you, you matter. I just had to bring you this special edition part 2 right now, because there are so many people right now that need some encouragement. People need people. Remember this here, when you build a business, you build it with people. I just saw this great quote the other day. You got to build people and then build your business. 2 things that Bob Roman taught me. You got to have the people, number 1, and you got to have the product. If you ain't got the people, let me say this again, you got to have people and you got to have the product. People come first. You got to let your employees know that they matter. If you're running a business, you're in a position of leadership, let your people know they matter. Speak to them every day. When I was a teacher, it was my goal to learn every student that I encountered, their name, something about them, and to make them feel like they were important. Same thing on my job is to learn people's name. Spend time with them, have some small talk with them. Don't pass people up because you're in a position of leadership. Learn their names. Talk to them. I don't care if you're in a big business, there's a janitor, it could be the elevator man in the building that you live in. If you're successful, speak to them. Talk to them. Appreciate them. Let them know. People need to know they matter. I know I got to go, but I'm just telling you, you matter. You're important to us. I know I'm not bragging, but, I'm so proud of my son right now, man, that he's getting it together, and I wanted him to understand all the way through that he mattered. I didn't want to beat him down because he wasn't doing successful in school, but you know what? He got it together. 3.6, cumulative is 3.0. He matters to me, man. That makes me as a dad know that I'm proud of him. That me and his mom, with his brother and sister are proud of him. Guys, be great. I'm going to be out, but I want you to understand this before I leave. Don't just settle for good. Be great. There's a big difference. I'm Roger Love. You matter. Peace. I'm out.